Uh, so I moved from my room, which is just, if I turn this way, you'd be in my bedroom. This is how small my cabin is. It's like very tiny. Look at this. Hold on. Okay, there's my bedroom, where I used to go. And now I'm in my kitchen. How are you doing, Mario? And then I got my fridge right here. So if I'm thirsty, I can just. Very tiny cabin. I need more space. Can you hear the music? If you can hear the music, hit the 1 or something. Hope I don't get in trouble for doing my playlist. I really don't have that much to talk about tonight. I worked and now I'm just hanging out. Deanna! Yay! How do you like my kitchen? I need one of your little skirt things for something. No. Oh my goodness. I was just saying how small my cabin is. It's real tiny. Over here is where I was. Thank you. That's where I was doing this. And now I'm like in my living room kitchen. And right here's my fridge. And it's very tiny. Oh my gosh. So are you still freezing up there, Deanna? It was like 43 here and it was windy again. Yesterday was very nice. It was, I don't even know what the temperature was, but I didn't even need a jacket, a sweater, or anything. And I had my front door open almost all day. Ooh, 20. That's a heat wave for you. Oh my gosh. How cold is it where you are, Mario? But it was colder here today. It's like, oh my gosh. I bundled up today. The wind makes it worse. When people from Chicago come up here, I always tell them they should feel right at home with the wind. It's not windy every single day, but the majority it is windy. So, I was just watching like abortion survivors, and it's like people who've survived being aborted, and it's just really sad. They would get like really strong saline water or salt water, whatever, and inject it into the womb and just boil the babies alive from the outside in. So this lady, she was actually in the one I watched was in Minnesota. Yay! I'm glad they did. So the lady I was just watching, I can't remember her name now, but she was doing a lecture at the University of Minnesota. So I thought that was pretty cool. It got over just in time. I thought I was going to have to pause it and go back, but she was like her parents, the ones that like her biological mother, they were like forced to do that. I guess apparently her grandmother, biological grandmother, was a nurse, and it was like ruled with an iron fist. And you know, she was, whenever she survived that, the grandma said, "Just leave her there to die." And 2 nurses couldn't do it. And anyway, she ended up going back to that hospital when she was pregnant and going to deliver there. And the nurse that came in was actually one of them that saved her. And they said, "You look just like your grandma. We know who you are." But, they didn't want to say, they didn't know that she knew. Deanna, you couldn't watch the thing I was just talking about, that talk, or the video that I sent you, the 666 Mark of the Beast one? The second video I mentioned, Mark of the Beast. I wonder why. Maybe you can try and plug it in, or that was weird that you couldn't, because I like found it and then I made sure I could watch it and then I just shared it with you. So I'm not sure. You might have to just look it up. But you did like the McClintocks, huh? It was kind of, for a cowboy movie. Because really, the cowboy movies I like is the Clint Eastwood ones that have to do with the Civil War. There was a Civil War one he was in that I did not like. I just watched part of it and was like, no, I think I did watch the whole thing. It just made me mad. All right. Do you want me to try and resend it to you? Because like whenever I put the live Estes Park TV on my MeWe, it'll go for a while, but then it'll cut off and I have to put another live one. So let's try it again. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. It don't really, instead of well, I'm not going to tell you about it. Well, I will say this. It's not like how in the Left Behind everybody just disappears. They say the purge. So, I'm glad they didn't have that. Yeah, I'll try and after this. Uh-oh. I don't think you put anything that would be like harmful to anyone but you can retract your messages anytime you want. I'm okay with that. Y'all see that over there, right there? I've got a bucket. Okay. You ready? Here, I'm going to give you a tour of my house, okay? So right here is the kitchen. Over here is my bed. Over here is my kitchen, and around there is my bathroom. And right over here is my closet, which you can't see in there anyway. So, but right over here, I have my big coat kind of fell, so you can't see it. So I have like a bucket that I put all my jackets and sweaters and hats and everything in. Guess what was at the bottom of that barrel? I was so happy I couldn't believe it. It was my monkey hat. My monkey was at the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, this is one of my favorite hats to wear right here. And I haven't worn it in over a year. I didn't wear it last winter at all. But I wore it today. I'll put it on so y'all can see what I look like in it. Isn't that silly? Oh my gosh, I should get my red vest on, take a picture with this monkey hat on and send it to Pete. Or to the, not, the group one. The group one. Yeah, they had a pink one, but it was like, I got to have the sock monkey, the original and stuff. So there were some people that came into my work from Minnesota. They lived in Rochester. Well, one was from Rochester. I think they live somewhere in the cities now, but one of the ladies she grew up in Rochester, and I told them they had to go to, and Deanna, this goes for you too. If you ever go to Rochester, you got to find Beatles. It's a restaurant, and man, that guy they make the best Caribbean jerk chicken I've ever had. So good. Every time Randon's dad goes up to Minnesota, I always tell him to bring me some back with him. He never does, and I'm always disappointed, but I don't think he thinks I'm serious about that. He should know by now. I really like that chicken. It is really good. I know some places I've never found it in the grocery store, but you can get, maybe Sam's Club has it or Costco or something. But you can get that, it comes in the jar you can shake. But man, that stuff is so good. It's like the best flavor ever. Very good. I didn't know what to expect, and then it was tasty good. Very tasty good. Sitting in my rocking chair. But with this, what my computer's on, it's so high up. I'm going to have to get like a TV tray or something to sit it on. But I'm sitting on a pillow because it's so high up. I should be like this much lower. Oh, man. They're trying to hard to eat healthy. So most of our meats are naked. That's always good too. If you can put spices, right? I mean, because that's just stuff you shake, like the garlic salt, or that kind of stuff. And man, it's like you got to try it at least once. Spices aren't fattening and bad for you, are they? I mean, I'm sure maybe some are, but yeah, Caribbean jerk, very good. Man, I think when I fry chicken, I'm trying to remember because I don't cook much since it's so small in here. I just made it where I moved my microwave so I actually have counter space now, and I can use my coffee pot. So yeah, just get it's just seasoning is all it is. You know, you can mix it with sauces, but you don't have to. It's just good like that. You can bake it, whatever, however you want to cook. You can make it into a hot dish, Deanna. The top of it. Good stuff. God, that sounds pretty good. Man. Hey, Cole, how are you? We're talking about food. Caribbean jerk. Chicken. But it's not like jerky, even though it sounds like that. I don't know. Can you hear the music, Deanna, or no? Because I don't want to get in trouble for I'm trying to have it really low, but I don't know. Yay! Give me something to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. Okay, good. So it shouldn't get me in trouble. That's good. I did. You know what? I went and made a fake. I didn't know that you could go and make a fake name on Twitter or a fake account or whatever, not using your real name. And I went over there as Yo Mammy is coming. Well, I got put for 12 hours in jail for calling AOC a donkey donkey face, and told her, you're not going to win. Give up now. You need to quit. It's not going to work. We win. So I got banned, in trouble for that. Maybe I shouldn't have called her donkey face. I did tell her she was an idiot and didn't know how she could even be there except someone paid her way. Something like that. But I got Twitter banned, which is okay. I just go on there to pester people most of the time. Maybe they might see me and want to headbutt me for insulting them like that. Oh, yeah. You got to be a troll once in a while to dumb people. It's like, I don't know what people are thinking. I think one of the other Twitters, the other like three didn't get, I haven't seen anything anyway, but I told her to give up 90% of her paycheck first and then come and talk to us. I don't think I do either. I'll go when I can get back in. They said I can look at stuff and only tweet followers, but I can't retweet anything from the Trumpster, nothing. Which is, you know, I don't care if I have that or not. You know, I just, like I said, go on there to pester people and give them hell. And there's that song, when you see my face, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. Oh, man. I like to play that one for people that don't like me, like Rat Face. Wonder who it could be. I'll go and find you like tomorrow when I can get back and look for people and stuff. And then I'll follow you and send you a dumb message or something. Oh my gosh. So I have like my TV is right behind now. So whenever I look, I'm not like holding up my head, and I can actually, from this distance, I can read all the chat. Okay, yeah, put that on MeWe, and I will definitely go and look you up. Oh my gosh. So I was asking Randon about the my kiddo about the Google Hangout thing. I'm still not understanding how that works, because I think it would be fun if you wanted to do it, then we can do like where maybe me, you, and Cole. I don't know if he would want to do that or not. Anyway, to do like a live stream like that. So it's not like we're just talking to, to myself. Oh. But I get nervous about starting something new, and I'll just look at it and then I'll go away, and I'll still, even just to go look at it, I'll start getting butterflies and anxiety about it. Grand Rapids. Woo. Wait, that's not far from you though, right? Do you go to a Baptist church? Maybe you don't want to tell anybody what kind of church. It doesn't matter as long as you're a follower of Jesus. So don't even answer that, Deanna. As long as you, and I don't know where I put my Team Jesus. I'll have to put it on the copper right there. Oh. I was thinking Michigan at first, and then I thought, I knew there was something like that up there, but I was thinking, no, I was confusing it completely. But that's still not far from you, right? Because you're like up here. Oh. Next time I go down to the valley, I'll have to get my little map of Minnesota. It's like a magnet. Oh. Oh, that's close. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That's like this way for Michigan, right? I mean, I might be backwards. So, like the Minnesota goes like that. And so, Michigan is on the west side of Minnesota. No, that's the Dakotas. Okay. Yeah. I was going the wrong way. I would have ended up in Montana. Oh, gosh. Because it's like Fargo and like North Dakota, South Dakota. And then, oh, gosh, Montana, Idaho, Montana, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. My brother lives in Racine, Wisconsin. one of these days I'll get up there. I'm still hoping I can come to Minnesota whenever Randon's dad goes, so I can help with all that stuff and see some friends I haven't seen for a while, and maybe mosey on up to Wisconsin and meet you somewhere along the way, Deanna. I think that would be pretty fun. And I can get my hug. Free hugs for everyone. Oh, man. I do have something to say about being a moderator over on Pete's. On some of those people, it's like, are they being a troll? And then it's like, if I just think that it looks ugly, that's whenever I like either hide the message, or if they start really getting ugly, I'll just like hide them completely. And last night someone said, I can't even remember who it was, but they were like, they've been on here and have never caused any trouble. And I'm thinking, did I do that? Did I do that? And then I went back and couldn't find. And then I did like unblock. Oh, wait, I think I did find that person and unblock them. And some people were like telling them to be nice. But I was like, oh, no, what if I didn't know they were joking? I mean, how do you deal with that, Deanna? I'm hoping you're typing right now. Okay. Okay. Like whenever I see somebody like it looks kind of racist, even towards Maxine Waters, I don't care if they call her James Brown's twin or clone or whatever, but whenever it looks kind of like racist or something like that, I just think, God, I don't want people to think Pete's show is like that or anything. And so, yeah, okay. And that's why I kind of am like, oh gosh, I don't know if they are or not. And then some I wished I did. Other people beat me to it. And it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, some of the stuff I'm thinking that it would get him in trouble. And, most of the time I just like try to block whatever it is they say. But I don't know. I'm trying my best. I hope I'm doing okay. And okay, that's great advice, actually. That's great advice. And I will remember that. I always think, oh gosh, did they miss that? Or, because y'all are a lot faster at it than me. And I'm like going really slow, pulling the thing down and everything. So it takes I'm just still trying to get used to it, So I'm glad I have a pro on my channel doing this. Oh my gosh, what would I do without you, Deanna? Oh. So do you have? Still have not got to see that other movie that you recommended, and I do have it written down. Okay. Yeah, I just I always think, God, what am I supposed to be doing here? Just watching what people say, and then I thought, well, I can be letting people know. I copied like all the stuff that all the other moderators about, like the Red Vest Brigade and all that. And I'm sure there's a couple I um didn't catch, but I was like started doing that. And then I thought, oh gosh, I hope I'm not stepping on somebody's toes if they were already the ones supposed to be doing it. I'm just playing it by ear. Okay. Oh, Deanna, I love you. You made me feel better about it, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. Oh, it is like chilly. I can feel a draft coming from somewhere. But then if I put my sweater back on, I'll get too hot. Okay. I'll start doing that. And like, yeah, that's what I'll start doing. So that way, if I do kick people out, I know I kicked somebody out accidentally. I was going for somebody that was being, I think everybody was like erasing his messages and stuff. And then I hit the wrong person and I didn't figure out it took me just a couple of minutes. And Karen was like, Sonia, why'd you ban him? And I had to go back and look and think, because it was right by that dude's name. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't ban the person, just wait, no, I think I did put him in timeout, but then we got him back. So I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. So I guess until I really get the hang of it and stuff, I'll tell people to be nice and tell them you can't talk like that. You know, not too mean or anything, but I'll be plain nice. Okay, that sounds good. First warning, Deanna, get up. And that way, at least the other moderators will see there's a warning and then keep an eye on them, is what I'm guessing. Oh, yeah. And I think I did, like, whenever the person I accidentally did, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. And because I think this has been maybe last week, and the chat just like moved right whenever I was going to click it. Poor thing. I did feel terrible, and hopefully they got over it quickly. She's fast, really fast. Have you ever called in to Pete? That would be awesome if you do sometime. Are you the quiet type? I don't think you're a quiet type. Oh, you should call in and just say hi and bye. I think they would get excited to hear you call in. Oh, that's kind of cool. Video chats. But it was like just to them personally, or um, was it like on the show? Oh, yesterday, this dude, and I'd seen him in there before, but he wanted me to ask Pete why he was banned, because he said, I don't think I did anything wrong. And um, excuse me. And I've been following him since when he had no one. And oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. Yep, I do remember that. Whenever we were talking about the Red Base Brigade that night, right? Or was it something else? I lost my train of thought what I was going to say. Can y'all see my scar right there? It's my thyroid scar. So I wonder, that would be fun. It wouldn't be live, which would be okay, but I think that would be fun to have something. I just like to not be bored, I guess. And I feel like I'm. Oh, okay. So the Red Vest Brigade one was much later. Forgot what I was saying. Oh gosh. Oh, my scar. Yeah, they had to. I had a goiter and Graves' disease. My eyes were bugging out. Oh, it is live. Nice. Whenever, like the day after I got this done, when they took my thyroid, uh, the fair was going on, and of course I couldn't ride. Um, I couldn't ride any rides because I just had surgery. But there's these teenage girls walking around following us and everything. And so finally, they were looking because they just glued it shut, So it was like, it just looked like. So I walked over and said, yeah, my old man thought I was cheating on him. And they was like, and it took off. Never saw him again. And I thought, that'll teach them for following people staring. I don't know. Yeah, that Zoom thing. I think that would be fun. No, I meant for it's live, but it's only with like just whoever's in the room, or can anybody go in and watch that? I guess that's what I meant by that. You're laughing about the. Oh man, my days have been off. Like, I thought yesterday was Saturday, knowing it was Friday, but I thought it was Saturday. It drives me crazy whenever I don't, it's like when you think it's another day or a different time. It's like when me and my friend went to Boulder to the Celestial Tea place. It was like the last tour was at 3 o'clock. Okay. And this is the dumbest thing about this whole story is okay. The last tour was at 3 o'clock and we took the last tour. Okay. Oh no. Yow. Okay. Cool. Nice. Okay. So we were taking the last tour at 3 o'clock. And, it's if you ever go to Boulder, you've got to go there. You walk in the peppermint room, your eyes immediately just start watering and your sinuses clear up. And they say, just blink a lot and you'll be all right. But okay, so we take the last tour at 3 o'clock and we're leaving. It's kind of dark. And her sister calls on the phone wanting to know if she's, going to get home to eat. And we're looking at the clock and, it's 3 o'clock and we're on our way and stuff like that. Oh my God. We were thinking it was like 3 hours earlier just because my darn clock in my car was wrong. And it was dark out already. And it was like the next day that I had realized that. I called her just laughing, saying, girl, no wonder your sister was calling saying, are you going to come and eat? Coming home for supper? And so I don't know why that neither one of us caught. The last tour was at 3, and when we got back in the car, it was 3 o'clock by the clock, And it was just the dumbest thing ever, but we still, if she gets in my car, we'll check the phone to make sure the clock in the car is right. Oh man, that was too funny. It was pretty fun though. We had a good time. I got me a cool lunch box. It's still in my car. It's empty, but it's still in my car. I mean, I use it, and I just didn't bring it in from today or anything else but my backpack. So, oh my gosh. So, Deanna, have you ever watched Spenguli? Let me put it here because My mom told me once, she goes, Sonia, you leave off the first letter of words you say, in which I had no idea, and I still do it to this day. So, okay, there we go. Spenguli. That's the only thing I wished I had a TV for, so I could watch Spenguli. But you can watch all of those movies he shows on YouTube, most of them. The original Dracula and all of that. But he's hilarious. Spenguli. It's like, do you get Me TV? Me TV. That's where it comes on every set. Like right now, Wonder Woman's on the original, and after that, it's Spenguli, and he shows like monster movies. I'll probably be done before, but I usually get a call every Saturday night if I'm not there watching of what the movie's going to be. Do you get Me TV, Deanna? Me TV. MeWe TV. No, not MeWe TV. It's like one of the lower channels. They show Andy Griffith, Perry Mason, Carol Burnett. Oh, you don't watch TV? Yeah, it's like the old scary movies that aren't scary. They're funny nowadays, but back then they were scary. So, yeah, I wish I was. That's like kind of a little tradition that I used to have. Oh man, could you imagine that? I feel bad, like thyroid problems running my family, and I was hyperthyroidism is what I had, and I mean, because I was skinnier than this. Believe it. I mean, I looked like I was ready to die. I was so skinny, and with the big thing coming out here and your eyes bugging out, can you imagine what I looked like? Oh my gosh! Whenever I went in, because I didn't even really notice that I had oh yeah, I like those too, the long lost families. I didn't even notice that I had a goiter, and my sister was cutting my hair one day and she was like, your neck is huge. And so I figured out it was my thyroid. I just automatically went back to ninth grade learning about all that. I am on Synthroid. I have to take that forever because I don't have a thyroid. And I was not taking iodine. I was getting salt with no iodine in it. So you should have salt with iodine because it is really important. I didn't realize how much of your body that your thyroid controls. It amazed me. I was like so shocked. Yes, iodine is important for that. So anyway, I went to the doctor to have him look at my neck, and he was like, well, looking at me saying, well, what seems to be the problem here? And it's like, I wanted to say, are you stupid, or can you not see that my neck is huge, out to here? Just kidding. I mean, it was like the size of a small orange. And so I told him, well, my thyroid looks like I've got a goiter or something. And he goes, well, how would you know that? I said, I learned that in ninth grade biology, and then I found my ninth grade biology teacher and told him that story. He thought I probably made his day. He was like the coolest teacher, and everybody was so mean to him. I mean, he would record some episodes of David Letterman, like when Andy Kaufman was on there and the wrestling thing and stuff. And oh, nice. But don't you need to ingest it though, or just let it soak in? Blue Gals iodine. I'll have to look that up because that is new to me. I didn't even know you could make that. Somebody. Sorry, I can hear this. Somebody I used to know is on. Somebody. Let me see. Oh, shoot. I think I took that book outside. I've got a book that has like it's medical, all the herbs in the land. Like in my driveway, I grow chamomile, so all of that stuff. I've got a book. Nice. There's I should do a show about that. A show. I should do a show. I'm sorry, that sounded retarded. I should do a show. I should do a live show for like stuff like that. That would be kind of cool, and just for like helpful things like the Patriot nurse that I shared the other day. I don't know if you've checked it out, but she has like all kinds of little remedies, and she also talks about the smallpox and vaccines. She talks about it all. I wished I was that together. And then there's another lady named Ask Mama something, and I just she accidentally ran into my chat, and it was the one where I was not feeling. I was having my cataplexy stuff and everything, and I ran into her, and then so I went and checked out what her stuff was after it was over, and she does a lot of cool stuff like that. And I can imagine just from seeing that skirt you made, Deanna, that you do. I'm guessing, and please tell me if I'm wrong, but I could see you doing preservatives and all of that stuff. You kind of remind me of my cousin whenever I saw that skirt, and which is a compliment. Because, well, this was like a super religious, where, I mean, she had her babies at home. And, I had to wear a dress and all that. But, she taught me how to like sew and cross stitch and do all of that stuff. She was like pretty cool. I learned a lot from her. So after seeing that skirt, it totally reminded me. I mean, I just was like, oh, Donita and Deanna. Oh my gosh. So close in names. That's funny. And yes, I'm dorky. I can't help it. Especially whenever I didn't really come with a subject. Yeah, it's I should can some stuff, but I don't have the patience. And I've heard you don't really have to like boil the jars and all of that. I don't know if you have to do that, but the Ask Mama said you don't. But I haven't tried it. And there's like tons and tons of choke cherry bushes around here. And one of these days, I'm going to get enough and make a little jelly or something, because it's like so good. I have this honey that's got choke cherry in it. Oh my God. It's so good. That's what I'll do, Deanna. I'm going to make some candy, and I know y'all are watching. I mean, you're watching what you eat and everything. Um, yeah, it's both good. But there's this cherry company down It's like halfway between. There's one the Loveland way and one the Longmont way. And it's funny, the people work there don't even know they exist, but it's the same owner. Just the employees don't know anything about it. It's kind of funny. But so what I'll do, I'll just make you two pieces whenever I send it to you. One for you and one for your hubby, because it's like one is all you need. It's so sweet, but so good. It's dark chocolate, so dark chocolate is healthy for you, but the inside is whipped choke cherry jelly. I mean, honey. Let me go grab it. Oh my gosh. You don't have to share. No. Let me show you the honey though, because it's like, oh my gosh, so good. Oh, you can see my got All right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so. Mm-mm-mm. Look at that. And see, I made Pete and Deb each a piece whenever I sent them that little care package and stuff. Oh man. Yeah, I can't eat milk chocolate. It's too sweet. It just too sweet for me. But yeah. Look, I can touch my counter. I'm not sure. Here's my fridge. It's so small in here. My son does not like to come and visit me because he just feels claustrophobic. I mean, it is small. But yeah, so I'll make you, if you want more than two pieces, let me know because um yeah, it's like I usually make a whole lot. 500. It's expensive up here. They have a list for getting in apartments because they only want locals first. They don't advertise it. So you have to go through the housing authority to get on that list. I mean, it's still, I will be paying like probably if I get an apartment, it would be like 700 for a one bedroom. But this is like, uh, there is like, they have like a hostel. I guess that's what they used to call it. The building was originally, um, yeah, for up here, it's like for this smaller place. If I was like anywhere else, this would be like maybe $200. And it's like, and then he's thinking about raising rent. That's why I'm looking for somewhere. I'm whispering as if he can hear me. Can't, but I don't know why I was whispering. I'm waiting, getting on the list, and or I am on the list, and my name came up, but it was a two-bedroom, in which I only needed one. But it would be, for instance, okay, my one friend that lives in Columbia. I mean, she's the one I've known since first grade. We grew up together, and we were roommates as adults and everything. But now she's living in Columbia, and she was giving me a tour of her place, and she goes to her closet. Girl, her closet was bigger than my whole house. I was just like, oh my God. So then, of course, I said, okay, I'm just right here, and here's a tour, and just turned it. Oh, thought that was doing something weird. Okay, I haven't lost connection yet. Sometimes I'll just lose connection because it's so windy. And I think everything is underground. That's the saddest part about it. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. But yeah, if you want more than one piece each, just yeah, let me know for sure. And I'll send you a few pieces because it's like really good. Really, really good. And I never did find out. I mean, I hope the two pieces I sent to Pete and Deb, I put those in like the thing I put oh my gosh, I'm going to have to show you because I can't think of the name of it. Hope I have some left. You can see in my color. Oh, so these little things, but here's one of the molds. And I found this is like how big it was. I mean, that's like pretty big. But I did find my other molds where they're a little bit smaller. And I was wishing the whole time when I was making these that I would have had my other molds because those are so big. And the other ones have like it looks like a flower, like just the shape on the top. So at least they're more pretty, I guess. I don't know. But so yeah, I put Deb and Pete's in like this to try and cover. Oops. I mean, it was probably they were thinking, what the hell? So I was like, had it like that, trying to cover each piece and everything. And then I put it in a little Ziploc bag, just like a little tiny one, because I thought that's honey and I don't want it to go everywhere. So hopefully it made it in 2 pieces, one each. But I never did find out how, if they ever tried it. Yeah, this one's kind of boring. I don't think it's that fancy. Whenever I went, because I couldn't find let me grab my original mold and show you. I like it so much better. This is like, it made it a little more difficult to get the candy out because it's silicone. But they come out really super shiny. But these are like, that's like that's bigger than a Reese's. Okay. You can see in my cabinet. Yeah. There's like so many different things. Hopefully you can kind of see the shape. Oh yeah, you can kind of tell on this one here. So they're a lot smaller and more bite size. And then I have these super small ones. And I wish I would have had these on. I was going to make everybody Christmas candy. And then here's like a Reese's peanut butter type right there. I wish, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, mint molds. But I always would just put chocolate, and I never made mints. I actually used chocolate mint once. And I think most of the time I'll just throw stuff in there to make filling instead of it all being chocolate or just honey. So pecans, cashews, I've even done chocolate covered pickles. And I just found this whenever I was making my lip balm. This is what I would put all the things in. Like they go in like this and you fill them up. And that way you can scrape it if you want to fill them all. But don't ever, 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 don't ever let it settle and then add some. It does not work. But so that's like 50 tubes of chapstick right there. And it's so fun to do. I'm going to start doing that. I know, like whenever I was doing the movie thing, let me close this. Let me put these back and close my cabinet. You can see my dishes. Oh, my snowman dishes and my Red Vest Brigade cup. All right. Okay. Okay, so like whenever I was doing my movie night or whatever, and I was talking about the Hershey and the pickle and the Coke, so I would, for some reason that was such a good combination. And so I, dried the pickle chips off really, really good. And it's like not the sour, but the like kosher dill, but not like the super sour, like the spears. Those are the best. Ooh, I want a pickle. That's making me want a pickle right now. So so I ended up, I was like experimenting with all kinds of stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's really good. So I ended up making chocolate covered pickles. And I don't do that very often. Last time I made candy, I didn't make any. But it was good for once in a while. I was, what did I call my lip balm? Whenever I went to like a biker store, I was calling it biker lips. And oh gosh, I don't even know if I have any of my old labels or anything. But like if you go on YouTube, look up angelic vapors, and I might still have a bunch of pictures of the stuff I used to make there. I can't even go into Facebook at all because I deleted it off my computer and everything. But I still get messages from like my cousin and a few people. And in fact, today there was like, how much do I want to say? um, okay, I'll just put it this way to make it more simple. Ooh, I love fried pickles. Oh my God, so good. So, like today, I had to wait for somebody to pop a message up, and I can click on that message, and then I can go into Facebook. And if you ever see mine, it's like a pink-haired cartoon and girl, and it says, "Don't you know I'm local?" And then on the top part, it is. I'll show you. I'm never going to take the back off of this because I just want to keep it ever. It's just this part. Liberals getting pissed on by Trump. I don't have to put that back later. So anyway, I went on Regina's Facebook page because I was with her dad for about 3 years and stuff. I'm not going to go into all that. And so he was born. Tomorrow would be his birthday, 1959. He was born the day the music died. And his dad would always say, and he's passed away now for like, I don't know how many years. But anyway, his dad was always come over and say, instead of saying happy birthday to him, he would always say, yep, today's the day music died. Oh, and the first time I heard that, I mean, I was warned he was going to say that. And I thought, surely not, because that sounds so mean. But no, it was true. He did come over and say that. And I thought, that was just the weirdest thing. But he was born on the day the music died. So the day that Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper died in the plane crash. But so I had to go on her page and tell her I was, happy birthday to her dad and that he's missed and stuff like that. He died a few years ago of, and it was weird because I left for a reason. Okay. I mean, it was like a really long time ago. Randon was a baby. And that's not Randon's dad. Oh gosh. I don't know what I was going to say. I so I went on and told her happy birthday. Oh, I know what it was. He died of COPD. Okay, but like just a few months before, I was like, no, Cole, Pete's not on tonight. I'm still yapping about X's and Texas. All my exes live in Texas. Okay, so, and of course we weren't together, but I was in Minnesota visiting my mom, and I had the weirdest. I mean, it was creepy. Ugh. And I'm gonna tell it to y'all. So I'm like standing here, and the girl is here. I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna say their names. They might not appreciate it. But so we're standing here, and it was like I hadn't seen her and since she was like 9 years old, and all of a sudden I looked over this way, and her dad was there, and I was like, "Is that blah blah?" And I was like, "Hi, the American." And remember, this is just a dream I was having, but it was like creepy. And all of a sudden, I'm looking, I can see her dad, and it's like he got closer, just kind of all of a sudden right there. And there was this thing on his face. And all of a sudden, it went and sucked back in. I mean, it was creepy, like it was some kind of creature. And I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, it woke me up. It was like a nightmare. And of course, there's more to it than that. But so, like, a few days, well, when I got back home, I was like, I don't remember if I called her or just texted her and said, gosh, I had this dream. I said, is your dad like really, really sick? And she goes, Sonia, he's on his deathbed. And I was like, wow. I mean, it freaked me out. And then he ended up dying. I didn't know that he was sick of COPD. Had no idea. I talked to her, but not to him. And it was just weird. And then whenever he did die, it was like he was all around me. And, at the time I had a psychic friend. We're not friends anymore. And I was like, and this is before I confirmed it with Regina that he did end up dying. But I was like, God, ooh, did I say her name? Don't repeat that, anybody. So I was like, God, I think so and so has died. And she's like, why? I said, because he is just, it's like there's smells, and I just went in on a list of everything. And she was like, started tuning in. And, I just said my ex. That's all I said. Well, I think I did say his name. And so she kind of went in her asking her guide or whatever. And she said, he did. She goes, he's like up here. And I looked up, and it was like right after my brother died. It was like soon after. And it was like, I couldn't see the clouds open. It was like in my mind's eye, I guess is what they call it. But it's like you could vision a cloud, and it kind of parted open. And my brother was standing right here, just kind of looking down. It seemed way up there. And then he was like over here. And she's like, he's with his brother. And I was like, he didn't have a brother. And, and I'm not sure why my brother was over here, because all it did was confuse me. And she goes, no, the one that died in the wreck. And I was like, and, I never told them anything about this past life of mine in Texas and stuff. And, I forgot he did have a wreck where his mom was pregnant with his brother, and they died from a drunk driver hitting them and stuff. And so I was like, well, he needs to leave me alone, because it was just like, I could feel this, and it was just weird. His spirit was here. Like, I do believe people can roam around and stuff right after they die. To be absent from the body is present with the Lord, yes. But I think that you can go to loved ones and say your personal goodbye. Because even the girl everybody in the world thinks I was mean to her, but you know, and I don't want anybody to die from cancer. So please don't anybody take this wrong, okay? So this girl was like, I had it's weird, but it was like a vision that, and I was praying for her because she had cancer and not doing well and stuff. And so I'm like, was asking her if I could pray and send some healing energy. And I said, and I'm going to ask an angel to go and, just be there and send you healing and all of this. And of course, everything in Jesus' name, you know. And so she pretty much thought I was full of shit. And so she texted me back and said, Sonia, I didn't believe you. And there's all these sparkles. Because I told her what to look for. I said, it might just look like little sparkles in the air. I said, but that is the healing angel, Raphael. And I said, so just tell him what you want him to do, And so there was like that kind of connection. And this is a girl I went to school with, knew my whole life and stuff. And so then next thing you know, she's calling for a prayer circle at her church. She's going to go, and all these people are going to be there. Of course, I'm in another state. I'm not going to drive all the way to Texas just for a prayer circle. I'll pray at home. And so her and her husband flew off to Las Vegas to go see Def Leppard. Okay. And when they got back, she didn't bother going to the prayer circle. She was like, didn't even tell anybody she wasn't up to going. And it made me mad. I mean, I took it personal that this girl can fly off. She's supposed to be sick. She's flying off to Las Vegas to see Def Leppard. And it was one of her last wish things, of course, but to be you can fly across the country to go see Def Leppard, but you can't go across town to a prayer circle. And so I go. And so I was like, and this sounds mean and everything, but I just told her what I thought, and I told her in a private message. But you know what she did? She took out certain sentences, posted it on her Facebook page, and said, that's what I posted. And then I had all these people they didn't never want me to come back to Delhart, nothing. And I'm like, for one, I did not go on her page and say any of this. I told her as nice as I could, but the way that she put it, everybody thought I was just mean to her, in which I wasn't. Oh, I wasn't like that. I was like, I think it's wrong that you went to go see Def Leppard and you couldn't go across town. If it would have been me, you know what people would have said about me? But no, they went to kiss her ass. And so, I just told her what I thought. I'm sorry she had cancer. And, I even put that in there. I said, I don't want you to die from cancer. And she still did all that. And she's like, what'd I ever do to you? And I'm thinking, you went to Def Leppard and you couldn't go across town. I mean, it pissed me off pretty much. And, whenever I didn't know she died. And then one night, all of a sudden, here's this face. I'm laying in bed, and all of a sudden, I can feel a presence. And it was Michelle's face, and her eyes were kind of yellow. And I was like, that kind of freaked me out. And then I talked to a friend that was friends with her, but she never judged me on this. And she was like, Sonia, she was coming to say goodbye. But whenever I did see her, I was like, well, Michelle, now you're going to be with Jesus and you won't have to go through any of that pain anymore. I'm not sorry for what I said to her. I'd never told her that I wished you were dead or anything like that. But I did tell her, just because someone's sick don't mean you can tell them the truth. And, just because you're sick don't mean you can pull the wool over people's eyes either. And so, I'm not sorry for anything I said because, I told her I didn't want her to die for one thing, and I wanted her to live and I wanted her to be here. But, to just blow off. And I think because I got a message there was going to be something happen at that church. I mean, it felt like Jesus telling me there was going to be like a miraculous, maybe not complete healing. And I'm not even going to try and guess what was going to happen because she didn't go to find out. So it doesn't matter anyway, And so I guess that's why I was so upset with it because I knew something was going to happen. And maybe I shouldn't have told her, and she got scared and didn't want to know what was going to happen. I mean, it was going to be something good, and maybe she would still be here today, because I think Jesus does still heal people today. So I don't know. I don't know. I think you're a lady. The American thumbnail is pretty small. She does look like a lady. The American, you're a lady. Yeah, that's some crazy stories, and I hope that don't make me sound, careless, and because I do care about people, and I'm not bragging about myself either, and I get told, um, dude, look like a lady. The American is a man. That is a small print. I mean, you look like a rocker for sure. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I hope y'all don't think that I'm a careless person. If I didn't care, then why would I say anything? I guess. I don't know. Because I don't want anybody to die of cancer. Get that CBD oil and you won't. Oh, you know what? I was watching this thing this morning, before I went to work, and it was about, and if it didn't have Mark Dice in it, I don't know if I could believe it because it just was like out there. And I've heard people, and I think it had something to do with Alex Jones, but I never saw him. But it was talking about using sound as a weapon and stuff. I didn't get to finish watching it, but it was really interesting. And then, I was like really into it, trying to get ready for work and stuff. And it was really interesting. And I looked at the clock and I was like, oh, I got to go. So I'm going to have to finish watching that. It was really, really good. But okay, it's been like over an hour, you guys. Can you believe that? Like a really long time. Have you heard what's that song? It's a Salt and Pepper song called, oh, it goes something like, oh gosh, what is it? Oh, be quiet. Oh man, I can't think of it now, but it's like, they never shut up. That's me. I'm a, I'm a, I never seem to shut up. There are rare occasions where I am struggling to find words to say. Believe it or not. But there are times where I get that shy. I love rock and roll, man. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. Oh, here's some other good news, okay? And then I'll let y'all go. We finally, at my work, got Spotify to listen to. And I don't have to listen to the same 20 songs over and over again. And so I got to listen to a whole slew of stuff today that I never even got to hear twice. So that's like a good thing, and I'm happy about that. Oh my gosh. All right. Do y'all have any comments about anything? Is that like a backwards K, Cole? Heki, or what is that? An arrow I? He I? He I? Is that how you pronounce that? He is funny, huh? Hey, how'd y'all think Cole did last night? Give a 1 for awesome. Cole, how do you think you did? Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, there's my Spangoolie call. Let me find out what the movie is. Hold on. Woody, who's there? Good. You're live on YouTube, but not on speakerphone. Yeah, right now I'm warned everybody that I was going to be getting this Spangoolie call. So what is the movie? The Giant Claw. Oh man, that will be good. Oh, how funny. A giant bird-like creature that is going to attack the Air Force. Yeah, that should be really good. But all righty. Well, I will call you back. I'm almost done here. And it's like everybody's watching me. Okay, all right. I'll call you back. Bye. That's so funny. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one before, but it sounds pretty interesting. A bird-like creature attacking the Air Force. Maybe they'll nuke them. You know, it's probably one that has to. You're not on hold. I'm done. That was fast. I warned everybody there was going to be a call telling me what the movie was going to be. Oh, so the American, and I don't think Cole has a TV either, but the American, if you get me TV, Svengoolie's going to start here. It started already. And they show old monster movies like Dracula and then the one I just said. So, yeah. So every Saturday night, I get a call about what the movie's going to be. And then I try and find it on YouTube. And once in a while, I get to be in the valley on a Saturday where I can actually watch it right then. But Spangoolie, he's hilarious. He's like the male me TV. There we go. Me TV. And he's a dude. He's like stands in a coffin. People throw rubber chickens at him. He's got like a fake mustache, which I think it's actually tape, and his eyes are all circled in dark. He tells stupid jokes, but you kind of get a lot of history about the movie and the actors that were in it. He does a spoof on the My Pillow thing. So they kind of will do a spoof on that commercial and stuff. So yeah. And we're thinking about doing the Zoom or Google Hangout. So Cole, that would be a good one for you to try and figure out too. You've already got so much on your plate. Let me add another scoop for you. No, I'll still try and figure that out. And I'm sure the American can come and join us as well. Or if you know how to do that, let us know. The American. And I'm still trying to figure it out. So I don't know. Eventually I'll be saying, Deanna, I got it. Get online right now. Oh my gosh. All right. So, okay, Deanna, that would be awesome. I mean, it sounds like something simple, but you would not believe how, like, even little stuff like that, I get high anxiety over, you know. You know how long I was shaking like this the first time I ever called into the Pete show. It's like, and then I was still shaking like that, like way after the first time. I think I'm now at a point where I finally just pick it up and it's like I'm calling somebody, you know. That would be pretty interesting to do. Hey, Pete, I got you online here. No, I'm a dork. I'm sorry. But all right. Yes, Deanna. Um, I'm going to go on. I'm going to find a picture of Spinguli and post it on my MeWe page just so you guys will know. And don't forget two things don't forget. First, Team Jesus. Second is tomorrow is the 60th anniversary of the day the music died. So don't forget to just go listen to either Don McLean, American Pie, or go listen to a Buddy Holly song or Richie Valens song or the Big Bopper. And, you know, before Spotify, I was hearing them every single day. But tomorrow I was still, oh, yeah. Oh, man. You know who he is then, huh, Deanna? Oh, that's too funny. So, all right. Well, I'm going to leave it at here. So, yeah, go check out my MeWe page and see if I got that picture of Spinguli up there. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. God bless. Love you guys. See you. I'll be on tomorrow and maybe I'll have like a topic. Nor jokes. Nor jokes. I don't think I get it, Deanna. Okay, bye, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.